My name is Mrs. Beemer and I teach 9th and 11th grade English. Oh goodness, I grew up in a small town, but have spent the last few years working in Topeka Public Schools. So I was expecting kind of that more hometown vibe, and that's exactly what I've gotten, and everyone is super welcoming. So, oh my goodness, that feels like it was forever ago already, and we're only in what, the 3rd week of school? It was a whirlwind for sure, kind of overwhelming, but it was so nice to get to meet everyone, and I feel like I'm at the point where I'm actually starting to know names and really get to know people, so that's awesome. My freshman year, I had an amazing English teacher. He was also my journalism teacher and really got me into writing. I have always really loved reading, but having him as a teacher and just seeing how much he cared about his students encouraged me, and I wanted to do the same. I have a friend who lives here, and she had done one of her practicums here and had all good things to say about Silver Lake. I grew up in Nebraska, so I'm not from around here. I didn't know that Silver Lake was even a place until like a year ago, sadly. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. But she knew that I was wanting to kind of get back to a small town. And yeah, recommended Silver Lake to me, and I met with Mr. Luke and had a really good interview, and really just fell in love with the school. The best thing I think is the community, seeing how tight-knit everyone is and how everyone knows everyone is just super awesome. I mean, still kind of in the realm of English, but I'd say journalism. I was involved with journalism all throughout high school. I was the editor of my high school yearbook for 2 years, so that's something that I've always really loved. I'd probably say a cat. I mean, I feel like that's pretty stereotypical for an English teacher to say, but I'd say a cat. I mean, they're just so lovable and cuddly and could just hang out in my little reading corner, and who doesn't love cats? This happened just a few days ago, so I won't say who said it, but we were working on something, and out of nowhere the student goes, "Is pink blue?" And we had a very long conversation, and I thought that something was wrong with my brain, that I wasn't processing what the student was asking. But that'd probably be the funniest thing. Or being called mom by high school students. That's happened a few times. Those are probably the funniest things. I don't really think that I have much of a secret talent other than being able to write with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. And that's just because I broke my wrist in 1st grade when I was learning to write. But if I could choose any secret talent, it would be to read backwards. I think as an English teacher, that'd be pretty cool to be able to pull that out. The first person that comes to mind is Tris from Divergent. Just because I think that there could be some really good lessons there for students on like pushing yourself outside of your limits and understanding that you can do anything you set your mind to, whether or not other people believe in you. So, yeah.